What's going on, everyone? It is your boy Shad Talks Graps, and we are back with another installment of the Spotlight, the show where we spotlight everything in the world of professional wrestling. And we got a very, very special episode today, man. A premiere interview. I'm really excited about this one. I'm gonna introduce our guest, but I can't do this by myself. I got the whole gang in the house today. I got my co-host. First and foremost, we're gonna go out to the West Coast, man. My dog Clark Taylor, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing really good. Honestly, stoked to be here. Happy whatever day this comes out. Do I have to give away when we recorded it? That's on me. I'm totally kidding, but we do have another guy that we should believe in, and we've also got one of the best guests ever in Sunday Night Spotlight history. Just Spotlight history, I guess, nowadays.
Yeah.
But
We
I'm stoked to be here either way. Let's get into it, my friend.
for sure, man. And yeah, you did announce who the other co-host is, but we have the Jimmy Uso to my Jay Uso, man. We the best team in Wrestling Republic. Big Driz, how you doing? And also, I want you to do the honors after to introduce our guest.
All right, y'all. Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Your boy Dryzzy, the wrestling plug. You don't know what to watch. I got you. We are about to venture into my world. Y'all know I watch a little bit of everything on everything from IWTV, Triller TV, anything on YouTube. I say all of it. I watch all of it, and we are going to venture into Contra territory. I'm giving you Inner. Correct me if I mess up your name. Inner Khan.
Ikuro Kwon.
Ikuro Kwon. See, I
What's
go back. I give him Khan so much.
Nah, we got the bro Ikuro Kwon here, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk.
For sure, man. And yeah, bro, like I mentioned before we started, man, we appreciate you, man. We've got the opportunity to chop it up a little bit before the show, talk about some real man time stuff. But today, man, this is all about you because we got a lot to talk about, man. You obviously wrestle in the space of MLW, and before we had the interview, I got to had to catch up a little bit, but I remember watching you even from years and years prior to it, as Dryzzy was talking about being in part of Contra and whatnot. Um, as of now, man, how is everything going for you in MLW? And also, a little tidbit next to it, how is it being able to wrestle against someone like Mistico? Because I did catch the match between y'all as well. But how is
Yep.
everything going in MLW for you right now? And yeah.
Yep, man. So this is my second run in MLW. I first got signed 2019 and thrown right in. Only wrestled on the independents for maybe a year, and then my debut match is War Chamber. It's myself, Jacob Fatu, Simon Gotch, and Joseph Samael versus Loki, Tom Lawler, and Levon Eriks in Texas in War Games with Kevin Von Erich ringside. So thrown to the deep end, but at that time it was a very much of a like a yes sir, no sir type of thing. Like get out of everybody's way. If someone's talking that looks important, man, I'm gonna listen. At that time we got MJF there, we got Dr. Tom Pritchard there, we got Richard Holiday, Hammerstone there, Savio Vega, Conan's there. Like it's crazy over there. So just trying to blend in, you know what I mean, and not standing out, being nervous, being thrown this new gimmick, this new character, and which ultimately led to me being let go around WrestleMania Dallas, and then it was time to rebuild. Got hurt as well along the way, around with COVID and all that, just kind of 2-year recovery with all those things, and then phone rang. MLW said, we've been watching, you've been growing, you've been getting bigger, you've been getting smarter, the presentation is there. I think it's time to come back. And now, as you see the product now, it's very much me now doing it exactly my way, because the last years that I was gone from there was me being able to learn how to trust myself off camera, off like a main stage like that. So now to come back and walk around with a confidence of knowing that I brought myself back. So now wrestling someone like Mistico, it's validating, because certain people don't work with everybody. Certain people don't get put in positions. But the biggest difference was me not wanting to be the Asian guy. I'm from New York. I didn't grow up around that type of culture. So I don't speak the language, not on purpose. I just wasn't around it. So I know that I can't fake that. I also don't want to be typecasted, because I know no one is like me. The Ikuro Kwon character originally was like that, someone who didn't talk, a silent assassin. I don't know what that is, but I know what being trained in martial arts, kind of get involved on, in some street activity at a younger age, and using it, being almost like a rogue soldier, a rogue assassin. That I can wrap my head around. And I'm not asking permission for things. So this time around, you see me wear what I want to wear. You see me talk how I want to talk. And through that, it brought me to blending the culture that I strayed away from, that I'm now proud of, but also because I'm introducing it my way. So before, I didn't really get anything. I was getting squashed, right? I was wrestling super heavyweights, right? I was in a group, but it was Jacob Fatu, Samagach, Joseph Samael, Davari, Cruel, and the other guy. Now it's my Contra now, right? And the thing where right away now it's boom, first Korean in the Grand Prix, but I gave my version of it. Got to go to CMLL, do a week there. Came back the next week, won the tag team titles with Suzuki. Came, did a couple things on the Indies with my boy Gabe Sky, and then circle back full around. CML calls me back. We go back down there to represent MLW for a week. You get some wins over there. Come back, then next show I take the title from Mistico. Next show after that I take his mask off. 3 weeks after that, MJF takes his mask off, but I was the first one to do it. And I'm not giving these opportunities because I was who I was before. I'm doing it because I'm taking it. So that's the biggest difference in how it feels to be with Mistico. It's dope because of the quality of matches that it can be, but also the spot that it, like, what it represents, and me knowing that I'm not going to fumble that. So it feels like it's supposed to have happened this way.
Man. And man, that was an incredible answer. To me, it like you talking about being in there at an early age, right? Young, going through the trials and tribulations, getting let go, then coming back and rebuilding. We see a lot of that in pro wrestling, obviously, like on the WWE standpoint with like Cody Rhodes or Drew McIntyre, and you pretty much having the same exact thing and going from, like you mentioned, a person who was kind of a member to becoming a leader. I mean, that's dope to see, man. And I like the one thing I like about you is the authenticity, man. Like you are yourself at 100%. And I feel like with a pro wrestlers, like for me, I gravitate and be fans of people like that, man. Like I gotta believe you. Like if I don't believe you, why am I like I'm not gonna tune into you, right? So I believe everything you fucking saying right now to a T.
Mhm.
So I respect that.
And I think it's also, and I appreciate you, because that's the quality that I just kind of grew up in. You enter these rooms, and it's weird because people don't always know how to act right. And I look at it even in an athletic standpoint, where not that it's the most important thing, but I think in a mindset, in a character sense, it matters if you've never been in a fourth quarter situation, if you've never been down by 14 and your girl's watching and your mom's watching, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even talking at like college level, even. I'm talking just high school, just playing, just being in the locker room, having that talk with your boys, like being in the trenches like that, waking up at 5 a.m. and running in August. Like, if you don't just turn that on in that way. So like, I think that there's a camaraderie, especially in MLW, where I learned a caliber of locker room and people and a mindset that I want to do. Whereas if I look at it like, I don't want to say like getting drafted to the league at 18, but like being able to not really dive into the indies and then go right to a locker room with significant, like significant talent, but not just significant talent. We're talking, camera production, film crew, camera crew, step and repeats, promo shots, like that type of production. So when you go back to an indie, it's not that you're above it, but you know your quality of work that you want to put on, and you know what's right and what's not. This shit hurts. If I see people not in a position where like the show's not promoted the right way, every other chair is a different type of chair. Like even going into that type of vein, I don't need to put my brand there, and being able to have enough confidence to make it matter in that way, because it's just trying to make it. But again, like the quality locker room, I like talking to the men and women who have families, who understand even about real estate, understand about other types of investments, understand about other streams of revenue, understand social media. Like I don't want to hear people bullshitting about like whatever it is, and not even hating on them. I'm just not. I did that already. A lot of times you'll see wrestling, people try to just redo high school. I'm not listening to that. Good for whoever, but I like the players who make significant living out of this, and that's what I'm trying to pay attention to now. So like that would be, if that even answers your question. Probably.
Nah, I mean that's some real shit. I mean that's kind of how I operate on some like that's some some food for thought. That's some food for thought, like just in life in general. Like even for us, not even in a space for like where we are even professional wrestlers, but in life, like you wanna rub shoulders with people that are gonna help benefit you and stuff and whatnot. So I respect that one. I know Drizz, you had a question.
I want to get into your training, man. But where did you train at? How did you get into this art?
Crazy, right? So as far as like combat and things of that nature, I'm a secondary black belt in Shaolin Kempo karate. I started doing that since I was like, I want to say maybe 5 years old, maybe 4 years old started. And then I kind of found wrestling at like 7, 8 years old. And then now every karate class, kickboxing class, jiu-jitsu class was geared towards just getting ready for whatever. But I also got into a lot of fights as a kid too. So it kind of went hand in hand, and wrestling very much was a reason for me to stay out of trouble when I could. But it was also a motivator because I never stopped talking about it. When I was growing up, like, wrestling wasn't cool. Like I didn't grow up with Austin and The Rock. Like, I mean? It wasn't cool to talk about really. Like it was, it was the fake stuff. So, but I didn't care. I told everybody like that's what I'm doing. And there was a lot of situations where like I dodged some significant situations because the people that I associated with, regardless of what they were doing, they believed in what I was trying to do. And I remember my friend's older brother told me to do it. He was just like, just do it. And for some reason, he's like, you just talk to like, one of your older friends, and it just hits harder. And I saw like what he was like doing, because at that time, we were beefing with some people, and I think it was a situation where they were gonna, fight something. And obviously, I want to go be a part of it. And they're like, no. He said no to me, and then since that day, I made sure that I was going to go to train. So I was looking for schools, but I also promised my mom a degree. So I went to college, finished my undergrad, and then went to train the first day I was done. And I went to a school. It was originally called FTW in New York.
Yep.
And I was the only student. It was an independent wrestler named Kona Kapucha, and I was his only student for a long time. And people come in, filter in and out, but I really got a lot of that one-on-one attention, where I think not a lot of people get to do that. So I got to ask every question. I got to be able to, we really got to break down practice as in a private session. And because we got along so well, and you could tell I was serious, that I wasn't like just like I didn't just hop the guardrail. Like I've been doing athletics. I'm serious about what's going on. And funny enough, like after the first month, I ended up getting arrested first, like my first month in the training. Missed a few weeks, missed a little bit, came back, and and then from there it was like kind of like a moment where it was like, all right, like we're diving in. And so then it was just then a couple more people started to come through. We expanded, we moved, and at the time the ring was in the middle of an MMA gym.
Yeah.
And a lot of like the Serrano sisters trained there, and like there was a lot of talent over there, and we it was very one-on-one training, and then you started to reach out to like other New York schools that were kind of working with that promotion at the time. So like if there's a independent wrestling, the Grim Reaper, if you guys know who the
Yes,
Grim
Yep.
Reaper is,
I know him. I know him.
he played a hand in helping at least mostly like my tag partner Gabe Sky, but a lot of us being able to just like learn different styles and see someone who had a really cool name. He was been at Ring of Honor, like that type of oh wow. And then from there, I would say my training in between, always checking with my trainer, was through being thrown to the wolves.
Yeah.
And the fundamentals I got down pretty well. Plus, also having a fight background, and then also understanding that like character, being able to be something greater than yourself. That was something that I was okay. I understand the pieces that I think, the broad pieces that I think I need to put something together, and
Right.
and always very open to advice on things. So and that's what I was saying before about like the drafting thing being early, because it's like I didn't have to unlearn 4 years of college on with wrestling. I
Right.
got to learn the NBA way. So it's like, look at this camera, go here, like talk in this conviction, try this, and I think that's not to cut corners, but I feel like that allowed me to be smarter about where I worked, which automatically affected who I got to work. And then you go to school there, and then if there was a seminar that was around, you check in, but that would be my main like overview of like my training. That's it.
Well, and that's where I was going to ask about, obviously being Shaolin Kempo is no joke. And the discipline that comes from that, you mentioned obviously being arrested, that happens, whatever, right? Things happen, life happens. But did you feel like from martial arts training, it made it easier to sort of sink back into that discipline and give yourself more direction? Because I've always been fascinated with martial arts myself. And I'm a martial artist myself, jujitsu and whatnot. And I think that's something that's it, right. You can sort of center yourself in a way
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
and return. And I think that's important. That's why I wanted to ask about. Sorry.
yeah, no, absolutely. And again, like that mindfulness and understanding, it's a constant, it's a constant battle, but it's also a constant learning process that you have to understand to be comfortable with. You're never going to wake up and say, okay, I got it all. You have to know that that's the privilege of being able to consistently learn and work on yourself, is something that not everybody gets to dive into. Sometimes they have to, me and my sister, we were raised the same. Hey, don't touch the stove, it's hot, right? My sister's like, okay, cool. She's never even looked at the stove. I got burned 800 times before I was like, all right, I probably shouldn't touch the stove, right? And I think that being able to understand the discipline that it takes to understand martial arts, because it is a language, and how that can be transferred into things like the gym and learning how to work out properly, learning how to eat properly, learning how to communicate with your spouse properly, learning how to say no sometimes properly. But I think that also leads to other roles. I guess other than that, like I'm also a child family therapist also.
Yes.
And that again, like sometimes and then being able to going back to school and specifically learning that type of psychology, learning about the brain and the different parts of decision making, and learning how to turn some stuff off, and learning how to meditate, but not like a cross-legged sense, but in a almost like reverted to it like a KRS-One mentality of just speaking, you know what I mean? And speaking with that type of logic.
Yes.
You're right. So and then combining all of that. It's people again. I guess you could sum all that bullshit up as being woke, but I don't like to use that because I think it's dismissive.
Wait, I don't even think it's like that. I think there's a difference between that and martial arts and all of that. And I thought what you just said just now was so beautiful in a number of ways. Now KRS-One got me good because of course I'm a hip hop head, but at the same time, the way you broke down just there's something about martial arts in life from a psychological standpoint, and I was actually unaware of the child psychology part of it too, and I'm a psychology fascinated person myself, so we could end up talking about this the rest of the day. It would get ugly, right? I'm an amateur psychologist. And but I just think it's really cool and it's really necessary in today's world. The there's something about just understanding what's in front of you that martial arts provides that I don't think you find elsewhere, and it goes hand in hand with human psychology. I think that's amazing, and that's the other thing that's beautiful about this, right? You had the discipline you mentioned earlier when we asked the question to take the time away from the ring,
Mhm.
to take the time away. That's not right. Like, it's not something that you didn't choose to do, to make sure that when you were there, it was exactly right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing, right? And I think it comes directly from martial arts, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I feel like a key thing that you also talked about within your uh, character is obviously your upbringing, right? And I guess it's a twofold question. Um, Obviously, having heritage of being from being Korean, I'm sure that has like you mentioned, like, and I can relate to a lot of it too, because I'm from Bangladesh. My parents are from Bangladesh. I'm the firstborn over here, and my Bengali is, I can speak a bit, but it's not up to par. I'm very influenced by the culture of America, growing up in the States and whatnot, growing
Yeah.
up in DC and whatnot. For you, is there a lot of influence with one, obviously your heritage being Korean, but also two, New York City? That's the mecca to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff. How
Yeah.
has that also influenced a lot of what you do as a professional wrestler, and about your character?
It's really because I've always, so you go through like monikers all the time. My first moniker was the perfect element, because I was like, I could do it all, right? I was my methodology. I was like, okay, like this, like all the elements, and that's thinking like Avatar. I was like, all the, and then that started to change. I got hurt. Then I was like, man, I'm gonna be the exception, yeah, because I'm the exception to the rule of like how you can't tell me it was too long, and then came back and now it's like I found it. I'm the concrete dragon. What's that mean, right? It's like dragon. You understand exactly what that could come with, martial arts heritage, all that, but the concrete, there's no concrete over there. Like this is who I am. I'm the concrete with that, and being able to understand, like, growing up, I was the only like Asian kid in school. I was definitely the only Asian kid out past 10 p.m. out running around doing stupid shit. I'm the only, I was the only Asian that, I'm the only person that can't wear a ski mask and get away with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I was the only, Asian at a party. I was the only Asian on the team. I was the only, any girl that I've ever, been with. Like, I've been the only first and last. You know what I mean? It was never. And then, you fast forward. Now you get smarter. You're reading into stuff, and then all that, that the Stop Asian Hate things started coming out, and started realizing, like, man, like, I was like, man, I don't see that like racism. Like, no one's saying shit to me like that. Understanding that, like, now it's people are desensitized to me, not people who look like me. Um, People could think a certain thing, and then they hear me talk, or they can see how I interact, and they're like, okay, you're not, you know, fresh off the ball, whatever you want to call it. And like, so I never had like real like identity with the culture, and that in transferring to wrestling, it was like me having kind of a chip on my shoulder of like, I got to be the first one, and it's hard because there's no one's ever had this. I'm the only, not the only right there, but I can maybe name 5 Korean American wrestlers, but not just Korean American wrestlers, but one like who talk with conviction, who have an attitude like this, where at least on television, there's no Asian Americans that speak English. There's no Asians that on TV that speak English. If I really put a poll on Twitter and be like, hey, like, who's your favorite cover of the game that was Asian? Who's your favorite Asian world champ? Who's your favorite Asian world? It's like there's things where there's been none, and it's not talked about. It's not in to talk about, and I don't want to make it about race, but I do want to understand that that's a spot though, to be the first. Hell yeah, because I tell people, even with my understanding of how to carry myself, I'm not into trying to fit into any other anyone else's vision. But I always tell anybody, like, put me on Good Morning America, send me to the Children's Hospital, put anything, put a camera and microphone, give me a topic, give me something to promote, give me something to defend. I'm the one, and I'm the first one that can do that at a level that I know matters. So not cocky, but I can feel that I can do that. And so so that's why another shout out to you, being able to talk to you guys on your platform with other ears that maybe don't know that maybe can feel that too, So yeah.
I absolutely love that answer. I love that.
Relate
so powerful.
To that. I can relate to that so much because I'm in a standpoint, I'm in a different world of it, but I'm the only so growing up, I've always been doing hip hop, rapping and stuff like that since high school. And I'm the only Bengali battle rapper. Like I actually like it's not when I say battle rap, I ain't saying like 8 Mile stuff or like
no, like, you know who my favorite battle rapper, like I got it's not, I just put it away, like I talked to DNA.
Yeah, I know.
Like Sue Surf, like Free the Way, like this is we got to talk battle rap. You battle.
Oh yeah, we can chop it up after the show.
Yeah.
He's good too. He's got wrestling bars, by the way. I can attest
to that thing. Like you talk about monikers. Like for me, my group was called Terrorist because I'm Muslim and terrorist. But I'm a
yes,
so
yeah.
My slogan terrorist. Y'all know what a terror is. I write so much I might terrorist. That's just a but nah, and I feel like a lot of that is like I can relate to a lot what you're saying on that too, man. Like it's dope. It's really dope, man. Like I think like I don't know, like your life kind of influences and creates what you are and whatnot. And sometimes like it's just the environment that you in, man. Like I always shout DMV, Virginia, heavy every time I do this stuff too, because that's like really Tay-Rock. Like I've lived here. Tay-Rock, Baltimore, yeah. And them, hey man, we Tay-Rock, yeah. You know what? Tay-Rock has agreed to do a spotlight interview with us because now he's technically in the wrestling world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Him, Chess, everybody. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they was all shout outs to them. Shout outs to AJ Francis too. Having all of them. I always say that, man.
They try to take his head off, man. They
bro, that spot. I was like, yo, I really thought he was about to blow his ankle out, like how he fell into the ladder in that match.
Yeah. He's a good dude too. He was with us in MLW for a little bit. He's just mad cool, but huge.
Yeah, yeah. We was talking when we interviewed Kane. That was when them two were having their feud. And I mean, Alex was after the show. He's like, nah. He's like, AJ, cool dude. He's like, I can't give him too much props on the interview because I gotta stay in kayfabe a little bit because we about to have a match. But he's a real down to earth dude too, man. Yeah. But I know Drizz, you had a question.
You spoke so much about representation, and that is a big thing for me of just being you and putting yourself out there. Who were the people that inspired you?
Man, it's funny, like Eddie Guerrero. And it's funny because like Eddie Guerrero was the first person that I was like I became a fan of. John Cena brought me in just from 7 years old, just listening to hip hop, and then just at a family party, bored as hell, go sneak off to another room, turn on the TV, like press it, can't find the remote. It just happens to be like UPN 9's SmackDown, and John Cena's just dressing these guys up and down. I'm like, what? And then he's jacked and then go like beats up 4 people. I'm like, what the? And then I'm just watching, and I'm just like realizing like, what is this? I've never seen anything like this. and then just from him, and then Eddie, Rey Mysterio, obviously. But I'm sure about representation, that kind of came later. I was just like a WWE guy. I didn't really, because again, I didn't really have like wrestling friends until like I was a little older. So they kind of put me on backwards. Like I kind of went like, I watched WWE only, and then they're like, "You know what Ring of Honor is? Like, you know what TNA is? Do you know what New Japan is?" And I was like, "No, not really." And even like the other independents, like I'm kind of learning that now, which again I think helps meeting a lot of these names, because I'm meeting them as peers. I'm not meeting them as I was you for Halloween last year. You know what I mean? Like in that sense, like not even like other indie, even like other indie people be like, "Oh, I came to, I remember I watched you at whatever show when I was like, which is cool, which is great. Like, I'm jealous of some of my friends who get to either stand across, like we wrestled, like me and my partner, we wrestled Motor City. And it was amazing for me in different ways because I watched them not as like a child. I watched them as someone who already knew I was going to wrestle, someone who already knew that I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And now I'm studying and now I'm watching these amazing talents. But my friend grew up watching. He's a few years younger than me too, so he was like, he had action figures of Motor City, right? Like, so it's like that level, and that's it, and that's like a cool thing for them too. Again, I forget the question. I like talking to you guys, and I don't shut up. So
Nah,
You're
bro.
totally
good. I
fine.
love
I
it.
do
I
have to
love
say,
it.
This is
when
our
it comes
type
to
of
this,
podcast.
I do have to mention something because this is a moment in time, and I think we should celebrate it. So obviously, I've been well aware of your MLW career, a lot of your history and stuff. But I'm trying to do my job here, so I try to do some research. I believe, as of today, July 25th, you're the most famous person I've ever seen on Wikipedia who they don't have his birthday. I think as of today,
that's hilarious.
based on research, I had to go to the second page of Google to find out when you were born.
Oh, that's funny as fuck. I don't know how they find these things out. I feel like people like steal like doctor pages from like.
I have no idea either, but I was
Hey, it's a
dying.
mystery.
I'm just gonna pull it up, make sure there's like nothing I've missed
They try to
or
find
anything, and I was just like,
your
there's
MySpace
no
account from
birthday.
like
Oh,
back in the day or something like that.
Like, bro, I ain't even got access to that. How
I
you?
think you. By the way, I think you deserve like a medal for that, though. I think you're the most famous person on Wikipedia
That's
with an
crazy,
unlisted birthday.
It's like he just
Fun fact.
appeared. He just appeared.
yeah. Let's see it. Let's see if we can keep it that way. That's
Yeah, nobody added it.
But
You heard it here first.
to that point you said though, I respect it because like when you do become a competitor, it's like I would even expect like athletes to say the same thing. Like, yeah, I grew up watching you, but like you're kind of an op now. Like I'm trying to take your spot. Like you competition at the end of the day. Like you gotta see that blood in the water, and be in full shark mode. So to that, like I respect that a lot. With obviously being part of MLW, I feel like you're a great like flag bearer. Like you really like put them on your back a lot. Are there any other wrestling promotions potentially you would eventually like just have one-off set wrestle at? I know
no.
you mentioned CMLL,
Here's the
but
thing,
like
yeah. Oh man, as far as like even like as far as like the independents, West Coast Pro, Prestige, those places, Rev Pro over in England, Reality of Wrestling, Booker School. I wanna go everywhere because I think I should, and it's something that I'm hoping is going to continue to build. I definitely any promotion that I work for, I will always like represent to the fullest because it's more than a booking, because bookings aren't guaranteed for everybody. Sometimes you know what I mean, not saying there's inner circles and things like that, but is sometimes if you don't like playing the game the way that some people like to play, um, which it's not a bad way, it's not a negative way, it's just sometimes people move different than you would move. Sometimes people can bite their tongue and move along with it. I'm not one of those people. So I understand the game on a different sense. So when people invest in me, I understand that they're investing in what I believe is correct and what I believe can benefit everybody. So I will, I'll take a shot for them. So places like that, places like Remarkable, which is my trainer school, homegrown. ETU is a independent out of New Jersey that I'm working for. That we're doing insane things. Had a very very good match earlier this month. But it's the idea of traveling and being there. It's not so much how many names can I wrestle for. It's quality of the promotion, and if the promotion agrees that I can give them something. I don't because I don't like doing one off. They're cool because again you can travel, you can see cool things, and you do get that under your belt. But I like the idea that I want to do everything. I invest in me. It put me on every opportunity that's going to make money. That's not just put money in my pocket, money just for the brand. We talk about battle rap. These dudes are getting 30,000 a battle, talk about killing each other's kids, and now we're putting on a show for kids, and people are scraping by. Some of your favorites live in their car.
I was about to ask, like you said, West Coast Pro. That's NorCal. I'm in Southern California. Can we please get a PWG show? Can we get a PWG show? Dude. Like, oh man, I'm begging for it.
Yeah, man. We
need it back. We need it back.
I would love that. We're coming to MLW. Where MLW's coming to Long Beach again.
I will be there, my friend. I assure you. I assure you I'll be there.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah, and drinks on me after the show, no doubt about that.
Hey, thank you, man. I'm gonna forget.
Well, I'll remind you. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna forget you offered.
No, that's dope, man. Obviously, I mean, look, Ben Allison, bro, you are friends with the good people at Progress Wrestling out in the UK. Hey. I want to see bro out across the pond, beating up some of these UK folk, especially for us, man, is us people out here in the States, man. Look, we got a little bit of a civil war in our group chat between us and the UK podcasters. They think they all the best and stuff. They,
I don't
pray
know
5 times a day to Will Ospreay. It is what it is, man. You can do a couple flips here and there, but be good, man. But
Progress is crazy. They're crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you're saying, like with the difference in styles, like that's again where I think I can go wherever, because it's not an American, it's beat shit down your leg style. That's the style what it is. Like that transfers through everybody and every height, every size. That's why I've again trying to be different in that way. Like I'm 5'9", but I get booked like I'm 6'8" sometimes, and it's because of that conviction of I want to fight everybody. If you're the best, I want to fight you. It doesn't matter. Like we're not doing the weight class stuff. They'll put me in middleweight. That's fine, but that sucks for anyone that weight, in that way. So.
And you're one of those guys that delivers. It doesn't matter your size there because you wrestle big, a hell of a lot taller than 5'9". I've watched enough tape to understand that, right? So like there's no disconnect on that. It's all aggressive. I mean, you've rubbed shoulders though with many Progress talents, right? I mean, One Manders, we've seen Tom Lawler over there, guys like that. If you were gonna do something in Progress, is there a name off the top of your head? You were just like, let me lob that out there.
I'm gonna send it to him too.
Yeah, right. No, I can't think of a single name other than just like whoever thinks that I'm a match that matters. That's who I want to fight, right? Like I want someone who knows what this is. Someone who knows like that, like you have to put me down.
Paul Robinson.
If you don't know how to do that,
I want him to take May first.
Because this is like
I want to see you beat him up.
But that's the style of it though. Like trying, like it's not about always being like fancy. There's competition karate, and then there's I got to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
In that way, and that's the bell, that's the title, that's what it is. I can make it look nice, but I can hit you 50 times before you fall down if I wanted to. That's just and placement of strikes. Like, why do you punch it? I know exactly where I'm punching. Why do you punch his leg? Because I just shut off the blood
Yeah.
to his leg. I know what I'm doing.
I look,
You know,
man. I'm gonna have to call one of these DMV indie promotions because I know the match I want to see, and this is my little bro. I need to see you versus Mr. Amazing because he got a very similar style to you. He strikes. He's ready to like that. Shit could be
Yeah.
a banger match. So
No, I would love that. I love that. I would love it.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna need to see if I can get in some contact with some of these indie promotions because that'll be a crazy matchup. I ain't gonna
No, I
hold you.
would love to, bro. And then again, like different styles like that were even similar, but that's why I wasn't shook to go down to Mexico. Because all I said it at the press conference. I said I'm not scared of these guys. It's not about respect. Like respect doesn't my foot doesn't care about respect. It's still gonna go across your face no matter what. What's respectful about that, right? Like, I'm not gonna spit on you. Is that what you want? Like you're still knocked out. Like what's the difference, right? But I worded it in the sense of like I've
Spit on yourself.
Yeah, like I've never seen anyone springboard with 2 broken legs. It can't be done. I've never seen someone, you know what I mean? Like no sell me breaking your neck. Don't you know what I mean? Like that's how if that's how we're rocking. And I think that's like the attitude where it's like game respect game. So it's not like not working with people, but it's understanding that it's not me having to put down my sword for you. No, it's I'm not putting mine down. So you can do what you want. Because I'm ready, you know. I mean, it's like I'm unafraid. It's, Joe Budden said a line. He said, "I'm so unafraid to die. It's like I did it before." Like, that's kinda, it's cold. Like that's kind of the attitude towards it. Like, what are you gonna do? I've seen killers.
Yeah,
I've seen killers kill killers. I'm not afraid of a wrestler.
Nah, talk that shit,
know,
bro.
like,
I like that,
ooh.
bro. My boy talking heavy right now.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that energy, bro. That's that's that real, man.
Someone from England,
That's that fire.
Nah, hey man, look, we gonna have to we are definitely clipping this up and sending it to what's the dude that always send me the emails, Ross. I'm gonna have to send it to Ross real quick, man, because we need I feel like that's like the ultimate like I told you, man, that's what was missing in the game in a little bit, like too, like if I like it's the same with battle rap, like you probably like you listen to someone like Surf who got all that conviction within his rhymes, and you believe every fucking line he says, like that is what people gravitate to and go for, man. Like it's why I like Eddie Kingston so much. Like he really just
feel it. You feel it.
Yeah. And then that's how I feel about Santana. Santana's actually I mean, he's our champion over at ETU right now. And again, someone who like everyone sits up straight when he walks in. He doesn't put on for anybody in the sense of like you don't have to. You know what I mean? It's just some people they do that to you. And I heard like you're about everything that you say, and that puts everyone in check that either doesn't second guesses or fakes it. Because you could smell it on them. Like if it's not that, and not that people are putting on a different face, other than sometimes they're forcing it because there's things that are missing. So when you see someone like Santana walk in, it's like, oh no, that's what it is right there. That's how he walks in. So like that's something where again, some people can be afraid of it. Oh, let's go over here. Where some people understand, like, no, let me get closer, respectfully. To this is you get put on.
It's like the cliche it factor, but in action. And like the difference, right? It's like it factor is a cliche, charisma is a thing, but like then you see it in action, as you mentioned, and you're like, no, I recognize the difference.
Right, and that's
there's no effort.
No, exactly. There's no effort with, and that's that mentality. Like if you're the hardest worker in the room, it's time to change rooms.
Yeah,
and that's just how it is. Yeah.
That's a fire line, bro.
Ice cold.
Cut it out.
The hardest worker.
I love that.
Like,
oh no, that is absolute gold.
Don DeMarco, that's fire, bro. Damn.
Hey, what we gotta do to get a Don DeMarco button? Because that was bars. Like, we get that in the budget. You're like,
Yeah, now that's some real shit, man. I mean, y'all got any more questions?
I know.
We
I'm gonna
got
give
because I
you.
know we want to get to the game at the end. We can get
Yeah.
more questions in.
I know this is a wrestling podcast. It's like this is our wrestling stuff, but we are more than wrestling. You've been on the road for a while. What is your palate cleanser from wrestling?
Oh, I don't be cheesy and say like my daughter. You know what I mean? But I think, but I would say just real life. You know, building that, and then getting sometimes like um benefits from being able to understand that you can do both, especially with my wife who like was, you know, we met when we were 18, so like that's the number. Like I told her like the day we kind of started talking, I was like, yo, like I'm gonna do after school, I'm gonna do this wrestling thing. Like she doesn't know anything about wrestling, right? And she said, okay, all right. And I said, listen, like don't, like I'm telling you now, like don't make me do all this with you for you just for you to tell me to not do it, because I found wrestling first. Like I will leave you easy if you give me an ultimatum. Said that when we were 18. We've been together to like, you know, 11, 12 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing where like you build that. It's a different it's a different release when you come home from the life that you dreamt of versus the life that you built, and how some can blend that way. So things where, yeah, like I don't really think about wrestling all the time when I'm with my you know, when with my family, but I'll look outside and be like, oh, like my, you know, I made a nice little back patio, you know, like that, you know, like wrestling paid for that, you know, things of that nature. Being able to understand that, yes, I go to the gym for my family, but I go to the gym for me. And but when I'm there, it's the motivation of being able to be like, I'm doing things in all areas. So the release is being able to be that validation from home that like I'm doing that, because to me there was two types of successes. It was your dreams and like legacy, right? And but legacy with family, with comfort. You know, I don't worry about things anymore like that. Like, you know, me and my parents are really good. Like, my friends are doing well, and my baby's healthy. My wife is hot. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing, it's good. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like it's something where like that's the palate cleanser of just being able to know like you're a human being, but you're doing a lot of cool shit. And then I think like knowing, back to the adoption thing and being like you could have been not here also. So I think that's like a an extra tank of like every breath matters. I'm not wasting anything, and or at least trying not to, trying to live life with the fewest regrets. And if I do have regrets, try not to do them again. So I think that that's like being able to be unapologetically a human being all around is the cleanse, because it's a constant reminder every time I see a kid, in my kid, or if I'm talking to, you know, talking to a child or a family and things like, it's just it's always full circle no matter what, from the plane ride to the show to the either the praise after, to having a stranger ask you for a picture, all the way to the airport back with everybody else, from the plane ride where my back hurts for one reason but the guy next to me's back hurts for another reason, the you know, the small talk in between there, the drive home, the opening the door, the dog comes in, the what, and all of it. And then like later on that day you see a clip from the show and it comes full circle, like you just did that, but look what you're
Yeah.
also doing. So that that the cleanse is being able to be just as well rounded as possible. So
That is so gorgeous.
Fire.
And
Real
I
shit.
couldn't agree more. Like, I think about things like, motivation's fleeting,
yeah,
right? At the end of the day. But I also think there's some BS to that because of what you just said there, where it's like, how can you overcome the other voice in your head that tells you not to do something or tells you, right? Subconsciously, that's, you could not have said it more perfectly there, where it's about going out and being yourself,
yeah,
and it's internal, it's not external.
yeah.
External and internal motivation are different.
Hmm.
That's the difference there. Internal motivation beats all the external stuff
For
every
sure,
time.
man.
Mhm.
Hey, man, and counting your blessings like you do, man. Like, you
Yeah.
know, just being thankful for what you have and whatnot, man. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
I, family obviously means a lot to all of us too, man. We
Yeah.
all got family, you know, parents, kids, spouses, and stuff like that too. So a lot of that is really relatable. I guess the last thing I want to ask you this, man, like, what you listen to? Like, you would talk about hip hop a lot. What are your
Yeah.
what's your artist that you go to when you are kind of getting in the zone for a match and whatnot?
Wow. When you talk about Sue Surf, honestly, like I listen to a lot of him. Like you said, just because of the conviction, the content, the way that he puts certain concepts in his rhymes together are ways that I never heard before. Like you hear sometimes, not they can be different metaphors, but the sentence structure is the same. The way that he puts it together, it's like he's talking to you, but it forces you to talk to yourself at that time. And the fact that he's locked up right now, especially like with wrestling, it's just understanding how quick realities can change, how just stay the course and get out of your head where you're here for a reason. At the point now, the level that I'm on, you don't just go there because you're a good guy. I know I'm a good guy. I know I'm smart. I know I'm not a dumbass, but I'm a really good wrestler. And I know that's what it is. There's too much money, reputation on the line to give someone a chance because I like them. There's in certain rooms that you're in. I remember that first stage on the for the Grand Prix. I'm sitting next. I'm gonna look to my right. I got Yoda on my right. I got Claudio on my left. I got Davey Boy next to me. I got Rocky Romero over here. Kyle Fletcher's over here. Robbie X is over there. Mansoor's over here. Like it's it's like this is the company. This is my company. And the company that I keep. This is my
That's
class.
who I hang out with.
You belong in that room.
Like you can talk about different accolades for sure. There's people that could be up and down, but these titles, you know what I mean? Like they matter, but it's the spots and it's just the opportunity to be in the position for that, and no one can take that away. So like that's like a big.
You ever thought about dropping Honest Expression, Binary Star on an indie show as your entrance? Because that's one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. I just think that would land so hard.
I came out to G Unit originally. And I came out to G'd Up, and then I came out to Me Against the World by Tupac. And then me and my tag partner, we come out to a Millie. That's our.
I love that. Love that.
I'm seeing him live next Friday.
Honest Expression.
Yeah,
Binary Star action might be.
I was gonna say if we like, the hard part is like once you leave like the tri-state, they don't know now. Now they like Little Percocet and shit. Like it's weird.
Bro.
Little Percocet.
Nah, man. But
I get like the ignorant love. Like I understand in a way. Like because I look at like where I like Max B. You know, I'm from New York. Like, it's just like but I can't defend Max B to like to my mom, right? I can defend Eminem. I can defend Marshall Mathers LP to my mom. I can defend Infinite to my mom, right? But I can't like always like defend like I like Future this one because of but like as far as like but hip hop though, like I like it's got to be like aggressive bar. Like people need to be dying. I can't listen to King Los necessarily, depending on like the way that on the plane for sure. Match prep, it's like kind of. I still listen to Lose Yourself. It's just something. I think maybe it's just from like just basketball and just like like wrestling
that gives you goosebumps, right?
Yeah,
like,
you feel it.
That's where you're at mentally. You know what I mean, right?
No, I mean
anything that gives you goosebumps. It's like
look. I have a very man. I like 8 Mile was like probably my favorite movie when I was a kid. But once you get into the space of battle rap, and when anybody asks you, I'm like, I battle rap. They're like, oh, like 8 Mile. I'm like, nah, it's different. Like,
they don't.
You got to kind of explain like it's his own culture and it's his own like sport and whatnot. But I mean, I'm a big surf fan myself, man. Free to Wave. I like, and to me, the reason I appreciate a person like Surf so much is the fact that he shuts up the misconception that battle rappers can't make music, because he might be a better musician than he is a battle rapper, and he's probably one of the greatest battle rappers of all time. Like that just shows you how talented he is.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy when I always would love to talk about music with people, and then when the question gets asked, I was like, I like him, but I also like it. It's almost hard to answer the question. But yeah,
It's the same thing for hip hop. It's like a mood type of thing. It's
yeah,
a
I like so many people, and now like I'm listening. I like a lot more um like even like classic rock now too. Like I'm listening to a little bit, and just a lot of '70s inspired stuff, a lot of soul, a lot of like older, like newer, like older funk, and again, because my wife's mom's like Jamaican. I like listening to like Big Mountain. I like listening, it's relaxed, just kind of like like just like chill back, smoke something, just kind of just thinking that way.
I'm legit going through a full Eagles phase right now, and I'm a big hip hop head myself. So
Yeah,
because we beat their ass in the Super Bowl, so he listens to the band now.
No,
I think
those are separate things.
It's that
Stop
combination
saying
of
that.
just like talent. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. You just enjoy talent and just musicians, and because there's no bands anymore, there's no groups anymore. Like so, it's like you miss that part. And it's like that's like hip hop. It's like if I were to defend, like if you could write something, if you were an artist in that type of like just brain to pen to pad, you came to hip hop because other genres didn't fit that. Where you could fit that many words in that genre, you just couldn't be.
That's why I became a battle rapper, bro. I used to be like my favorite rapper as a kid was Lloyd Banks because
Cold Corner too, bro. That's like my favorite.
Like it's the fact that his like the element of like the punchlines he was saying in like 2004, was way ahead of it. Like you could play it back now, and a lot of it is like
it's I still
gets
bump
a lot
the
of
hunger for more from start to finish.
bro. Like if someone in battle rap said I got more scraps than a Jan Sport in a fucking URL stage, people gonna go crazy. And he said that shit like over 20 years ago.
2006.
That's what I mean, and that's where a lot of these got, they got inspired by that. You know what I mean? Like it's been like Mook and them. Like have you heard Low Deluxe's freestyle?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The which one? The one on
a Funk Flex.
The Funk Flex one, right?
The Flex one is the famous one. Yeah.
Yeah, like thing like what did he every you could pause it every 2 seconds.
Is crazy, bro. His pen is.
Okay, wait. You said you were getting into classic rock and no new bands, and I'm with you on that. But have you heard Greta Van Fleet like enough? Are you into that version of classic rock? These are like a garage band kids, but they're big time. And honest to goodness, the albums are awesome. I just went to the concert last year and was like, oh, whoa, this feels like old school music. Like this feels like the 80s, like rock wise, like and I gotta give them credit. It's a bunch of kids in their early 20s. It's Greta Van Fleet, like they're Van Fleet. They're really good.
Yeah, you gotta send me a link
later. That one's worth it. Like Safari Song is like their big one. It's outstanding.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. But yo, we are wrapping up on the time right now because we got to get out of here before the hour on the record. We appreciate you, man. I want to give you the floor. Plug anything you got coming up, and then where they can find you online, the whole nine, bro.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys, man. Instagram, I'm at _Ikuro Kwon, same on X. August 9th on YouTube, on MLW's YouTube page. First round of the Opera Cup. It's me versus Mistico. I'm gonna kill him, pretty much. So just how it's gonna be. So it's Mistico's last match, August 9th. So tune in. And we got MLW. We got Dallas, September 13th, Fightland. I think I got something cooking, but we're gonna wait till that gets announced. Other than that, ETU next show. I really mean that. It's hosted by the Killionaires. It's again, my match isn't announced yet, but it's a good one. That's gonna be for ETU, September 28th. And other than that, man, I'm available for bookings, podcasts, interviews, hell, even a seminar about, I don't know, anything. But I want to travel. I want to bring my brand to every city, to every crowd, and all I ask is for a chance and a camera, and I'll do the rest.
Absolutely.
Hey man, you heard the man, yo, book them now because the price is gonna go up.
Today's price is not yesterday's price. Get in now.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you, bro. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. This is the Spotlight, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.